Trade Justin Jefferson. Let me be very, very clear right off the bat. No, absolutely not. Unless the Arizona Cardinals call you and say, we will give you the 2 first-round picks and we'll give you the 2 third-round picks that we have in the NFL draft in 2024. Because they made that trade with Houston last year in order for Houston to take both C.J. Stroud as well as Will Anderson, okay? So Arizona's got 2 firsts and 2 thirds in this season. If they called you and said, I'll give you both the thirds and the first and a first-round pick next year, my ears perk up at that point because that's a lot. I'm not saying that it's a done deal, slam dunk. That's the type of package. 3 first-round picks and a couple thirds. And I don't think a team is going to be crazy enough to give up that much for Justin Jefferson or anybody else for that, other than Patrick Mahomes, maybe. Josh Allen, maybe. Anybody who has watched me knows that I am somebody that is willing to, for the sake of the goal is to win a Super Bowl, preferably before I die. I'd like to see at least one. That I'm willing to be done with the mediocrity. So you know that I'm okay taking a step back with the hopes of taking 2 steps forward. And it starts with the fact that we've been mired in mediocrity pert near my entire lifetime. I'm going to be 45 years old this summer. The Vikings rarely, if ever, train wreck, but they rarely, if ever, have 2 or 3 years of sustained success where they are competing for a Super Bowl. So I'm willing to take a step back. I'm not willing to completely blow the whole thing up, though. And Justin Jefferson, trading him would be blowing the whole thing up. What do I want the Vikings to do? I want them to finally trade up and get a franchise quarterback. I've made it clear that my number 1 quarterback is Drake May, number 2, Jaden Daniels, number 3, Caleb Williams. I would take any one of those 3, but that's the order I would take them in. Some say, yeah, I'd rather have Jaden Daniels than Drake May. Okay, that's fine. I don't care what order you put him in. That's my order. Justin Jefferson. The reason I want him on this team is he is the best wide receiver on the planet. You don't trade away the best wide receiver on the planet. Even if you are willing to take a step back for a season, maybe 2, to clear your salary cap debts, get rid of all those dead cap hits because of all those void years, reset your roster and get younger. Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I'm not trading Justin Jefferson as part of that. That is a full-on tank job. That is, hey, we are burning it down to the studs, and that's not what I'm willing to do. Justin Jefferson right now is 24 years old. So even when he signs his contract of 3-4 more years, he's going to be 28 by the time, if you take a step back in order to take 2 steps forward, come back, come down a little bit, then to go back up a little bit more. He's still going to be a relatively young man. Tyreek Hill, the guy's pushing 30 now. And the Kansas City Chiefs got what? A first-round pick, a third, and some other change? I mean, you got to get more for Justin Jefferson than that. You have to come at me with a really, really humongous draft haul before I'm even considering it. I want Justin Jefferson to be here, along with Jordan Addison and hopefully the recovery of TJ Hawkinson, to be able to have all kinds of weapons for your next quarterback. Whether that's a bridge quarterback or whether that's somebody you draft this season, whether they sit and marinate for a year or whether they start right away or whether maybe you give them 4, 5, 6 games with a veteran before the rookie gets tossed out there. Yeah, I want Justin Jefferson on this team to make that transition for a rookie quarterback. I know you have to give him $30-some million a year. That's fine, because after this year, if you're smart, you won't have an albatross of a contract and a big salary cap hit with one Kirk Cousins and Danielle Hunter and possibly Harrison Smith and a bunch of other guys. So paying Justin Jefferson $30 million, I'm okay with that. If you got a cheap quarterback, everyone want to talk about, look at what happened with Jalen Hurts now when he doesn't have his star wide receiver. He's just another guy. Okay. But Jalen Hurts got to a Super Bowl and lost to Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid by 3 points. Well, put all that stuff around Kirk Cousins. Let's see what he does. Well, you can do that with Jalen Hurts because he's not making a whole lot of money. He is now, but when that team was built, he was on a rookie contract. And that's what I want for our next quarterback is to have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison et al. So no, I'm not doing it. Now, the flip side of it, just for kicks and giggles. Can I see the logic behind it? Yes, I can. If you can trade Justin Jefferson and get a top 5 pick plus other assets to take your quarterback, and then maybe you trade up and get Marvin Harrison Jr., would you be better off that route, swapping out Marvin Harrison Jr. for Justin Jefferson, not necessarily from a talent standpoint, but from a money standpoint? Yeah, I can listen to that. That was what we said about Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson. Stephon Diggs, he wasn't on a rookie contract anymore. Now, he wasn't making $30 million. I am not trading Justin Jefferson, hardly under any circumstance. Like I said, it's kind of like the Kirk Cousins thing. Would I take Kirk Cousins back if he took a massive discount? Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't like it, but I would live with it. But Kirk Cousins isn't going to take enough of a discount to make it worth it for me. And no team is going to offer enough return for Justin Jefferson to make it worth it for me. So I hear the arguments on both sides. I really do. I honestly do. And again, show me what the trade compensation would be. And I already told you 2 first-round picks, a couple of thirds, and another first or another second. That's where my starting point is. And I don't think there's going to be a team in the NFL that's going to give you that much. So it's a non-starter for me. Justin Jefferson is, outside of Patrick Mahomes, probably the best player in the NFL. It's one thing when the Timberwolves traded away Kevin Garnett when, he was on the back end of his prime and only had the twilight of his career left. Justin Jefferson is 24 years old. No.